You have the most incredible energy.
Really?
And great energy.
Thank you.
I am
Thank
such
you.
like energy is
I'm trying to
everything
kind
to me.
of. I've been having so much fun
So
that
much
I'm
fun, me
like
too.
I'm kind of high
Same.
wound, so I'm
Right.
like trying to.
I put the Diet
trying to bring it
Coke.
down a little
I
bit.
know. Hey, it's Deb. It's Happy Hour Deb CRS. Look at my new friend Ken Domash is in the house
Deb?
at
How are
Happy
you?
Hour. It's an honor to
A little
have
late
you
for happy
here.
hour, isn't it?
It's a little late, but listen, we're working people. We're working people. We got to earn some money in this.
Cool.
You have the most incredible energy.
Really?
And great
Thank
energy.
you.
I am
Thank
such
you.
like energy is
I'm trying to
everything
kind
to me.
of. I've been having so much fun
So
that I'm
much
like
fun, me
I'm
too.
kind of high
Same.
wound, so I'm
Right.
like trying to.
I put the Diet
trying to bring it
Coke.
down a little
I
bit.
know.
Trying to not.
How
of
many
course,
times you been here to this?
to CRS?
Yeah.
To the one here, it's been the last 3 years, and I was at a couple before in like 2009 and 10.
Wow, I'm a newbie.
Yeah.
It's my first one.
Oh, well, cheers. You were drinking? Yes.
Cheers.
I got some Jameson. All right,
That's
cheers.
right. Well,
Yes.
are you Irish?
No,
You
Irish.
are today.
Yeah, I am today.
You are today.
I'm
Irish.
a mutt. I'm everything.
Oh my God. Well,
Yeah.
welcome to Happy Hour. It is such
Thank you.
truly an honor to meet you.
Thank you.
Tell me how you get started in this crazy
Oh
business.
man, how much time do we got here?
Well, we got all
Oh, my
damn day
gosh.
for the fun ones. All day.
First of all, I got to finish this here. Here, this is the license plate.
I love it.
Yeah, and how did I get here? How ironic, 20 different routes.
20 different
I took a lot of
routes.
it's taken a lot of different roads.
Yes, I can
um,
imagine.
I started off, I liked drawing, so like all this stuff.
Right,
I
love
like
it.
I like coming up with that. It's just fun.
Yeah.
So I liked art. I remember my parents. Oh, here's a fun story. My dad.
Things are
was
getting real, viewers.
Yeah, he was a psychologist, and when I was 7 years old, he gave me a test, and I remember like had 2 lines. It's like finish the drawing. So I'm drawing,
Right.
And he looked at it. He goes, "You test is like a gifted 21-year-old.
Wow.
We need to send you to art class, Kenny."
Yes.
So whether I was good at art or whether I just had a parent that said I was good at art,
Right.
it's like you don't
Right.
know.
Right,
And
right.
so that encouragement had me going into art, and then I really got into magic. I loved magic.
Really?
So that was another road I went down, all the way down that rabbit hole until I was in Vegas.
You've got this large resume. Of
But it's all crazy. I mean,
Right.
I was in Vegas having to decide whether to live in Vegas and be a professional magician at the Frontier Hotel.
Cool.
with Siegfried and Roy, and this was like crazy.
I flew in to where the tragedy with Siegfried and Roy.
Oh.
The day after the candlelight vigils, it was crazy.
Oh yeah, well it was. The last conversation I had was with them.
Wow.
Talking about whether I would do magic as a living or not, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna do more of an art thing. And
Right,
I just,
right.
Vegas.
Because
Vegas was-
I've already I'm like a 21-year-old drawer when I was 5,
I'm thinking
right?
that, my
Like I'm
dad
a
told me
badass.
That's what I do. Yeah. So but it was like Vegas was so fast, and I was like 17 years old,
Right.
and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna make it here.
Yeah,
I'm not the right part of my life
no,
to do this.
You got to be
So-
over 30 to function there, I think. Right.
70. Yeah, that's like a different.
Right.
But so I didn't, and then I became an architect. So
Shut up.
I'm a full-on architect. Here's the funny thing.
I love this story.
I didn't go to school for it.
You're gifted in that too?
I just have this unbelievably lucky gear that I can just draw stuff really, really, really well.
That's amazing.
It's fun. It's
I
crazy.
bet.
So,
I bet.
And I didn't know about music. Matter of fact, I haven't said this in a long time. I was in 2nd grade, and my teacher, we were singing in class. She's like, "Mr. Domash, stop, get in the back."
Oh.
Never sang. It was the first time, last time, until I was a way grown up.
PTSD.
Yeah. I was like, well, I don't sing.
I hate
Dad
when
said I'm a
people-
21-year-old gifted
That's
artist.
right. I hate when people crush kids.
I didn't know it though. I didn't know it.
I know.
In fact, I also had a teacher who was crushing my magic dreams in class. I
Yum
came to
yuckers.
class and
Those are yum
I was
yuckers.
in 4th grade doing a magic show for the class because I was really into it.
Right.
And he's showing everybody how I did it, and I just remember going, "You're a mean grown up.
You're not
You're
right.
mean. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
You're not
win.
cool.
I
You're
can't,
not cool.
I can't handle you as a heckler because you're the teacher."
You're the.
It was terrible. I felt so crushed,
Oh,
but
I
I didn't.
bet.
I didn't give that up. I went
You went
heavily
full
into
in.
that. Yeah.
You're like, you're gonna watch me win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn right.
That's it.
And
You're gonna watch me win.
So music was never a road I ever even saw or considered. And about 16, 17 years ago, I just sang one time for the first time, and
Where?
So I can't make this up.
Tell me the backseat of a Chevy, make it a real country music song.
No, it was at a wedding.
Really?
And it was a fun. We said Irish a minute ago. I got invited to a wedding. I mean, I've told this a lot, but it doesn't get old to say. I get invited to my neighbor's wedding. Thank you for inviting me because it changed my life.
Yes.
And I used to sit outside. Well, this part. She goes, come to the wedding, and we figured, how big of a wedding is it? We hardly know each other, and we're invited. So
Right.
We were it. There was one other neighbor and us.
You were the singer. You had to be the singer.
No. We were the only ones invited.
No.
And the family flew in from Ireland, and they started singing. The father's like, I'm like,
yeah.
What you doing?
Right.
You don't do that here. And then the daughter
God bless the Irish.
They start
God
playing
bless 'em.
songs, and the mother looks at me and she's like, Kenny, sing a song. And I'm
What
like,
did you sing?
I
Tell me, row, row, row your boat.
I
No,
didn't
I'm
know
joking.
any songs. I was doing, oh yeah, it was an Elvis song. It was that your hands are shaking, your knees are weak.
Yeah.
It was kind of like came out like that slowly until it was like, oh, I know the song.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know any lyrics to songs, right? And she looked at me, she goes, you should sing. And it was like my dad, I'm gonna cry. Dang it, I hate telling these stories sometimes. Yeah, it was like my dad just saying, oh, you're gifted at that. It was like this whole,
That's
you should
it.
Sing.
Wow.
And I was like, so 2 days later,
Now,
I went.
how old were you then?
I was 40.
Holy
I was
smokes.
40. I was grown up.
You were-
I was grown up.
You were a big person.
I had kids. I had all figured out.
mortgages.
Yeah, I was
Car
like,
payments.
I was kind of a grown
That's
up.
essentially what I feel like as a grown up. I'm just really a facilitator of where money goes.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
was like, the last thing I was doing was thinking, oh, I should do singing. And it was like somebody just opened up this whole new door to what's this about? So I go to the guitar store, I buy a broken up guitar off the window that had been damaged, started playing chords, and I go to a.
No musical training. Wow.
I started to go to the lessons when my daughter would take piano. I would take a class instead of sitting in the lobby.
Right. With the other parents
And
texting.
it was funny. The guy's even like, not to diss anybody, but the one guy's like, you're learning really quickly. You're going to hit a wall. I'm like, bye-bye.
Another yum yucker.
Went to
What is
another,
wrong
went
with
to
these
another
people?
person, and he's like, you're learning really quickly, but this isn't going to continue. I went to a different guy, and he goes, I don't get it. What is it? Why do they label
I know.
sounds with a G and an A? And the guy was nice enough. This one guy goes, think of it like architecture.
You've
Because,
been there.
You set down the chords as the foundation. You got to have a good foundation. And then after you do that, you can start adding all these finials and things. That's the licks. And he explained it. I was like, now I get it.
Get it, right.
So I was practicing. I went to a local bar, and I would take my daughter there.
Aw.
And we'd go there every Thursday night. And that was our piano dinner,
Right.
dinner date
Daddy
night.
date night.
Yes. And I was like, that was our time. And the guy would play music. So I was watching him play music. And one night he goes, do you want to try and play a song? All right.
Sure.
I get up there. I make up a song because I don't know any. I make up a song. And he's like, what was that? I'm like, I don't know. He goes, dude, you should record that.
Stop it.
I'm not, and even this story I've never told. So I started coming back there on Thursday nights. And one night there was a power outage. It was freezing out. And we took it inside, and there were candles lit, and I sang a song called "Push Me," and no, "Spinning Around." It was on my first album, and I sang this song that I just written. It was the first thing I ever wrote,
Right.
and it was candle lit. And after we were finished, like we were all kind of weeping, and it was like a it was like a
surreal moment,
like a
right?
campfire.
Love this.
And they're like, "You got to go record that." So I went to Nashville.
Wow.
Came
And
here
here
to
you
Nashville,
are.
recorded, released it. A producer heard it. He brought me back into studio. It's just been one. So the whole album, 20 Different Routes, it's just basically a whole lifetime of all these crazy
That is
roads.
so beautiful.
Thank you. Now, and the last song is called Without Living.
Without
So for me,
living, right.
in the old days, you do an album and it meant something.
Right.
So the last song is like,
Right.
none of this would have happened without making all the mistakes I made.
You
Didn't
know
how much I
what?
paid.
I say that too. I'm like, I am who I am, from the hard times, the good times, the shit. Like, that's who makes you who you really are. And
Right.
the younger artist, I'm like, you don't even know
I
how
always
hard
say.
this shit's gonna be.
The commercial, the show where she gets she's like, I've got insurance, like when she backs up. And
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sitting here, I go to the gym, I try to diet right. I feel like, all these 27-year-old dudes are just I remember being 27. That's like you're just strong. You're like you're ready.
You got boundless energy, right?
And it's like,
no doubt.
but it's like you're like, what am I gonna do?
Right.
You have all this energy. But,
right.
So you kind of grow up and go, you get heartbreak, you lose people, you cry.
You've been through.
I never used to cry.
Yeah.
I cry talking to you right now.
Oh my God! Oh,
it's just like,
that makes my heart.
and
I
then,
cried at the damn Subaru commercials. Are you kidding me?
And just talk. Like I tried to do this little video, and I was telling the story, and I was talking about my wife in a song called "Wish You Wouldn't Go," and I can't tell it.
Right.
You're just like talking about, I wish, if you were gonna leave, I wish you'd leave real slow.
Oh my gosh!
It's just that whole thing, and you
I
just,
know.
And you try to tell what's behind the song. I'll be the horrible behind the song video guy. I'll just be the guy in the corner who's going, "Oh my God!"
Real men cry and have emotion.
But I didn't do that when I was younger.
Yeah, well, you grew into it.
I didn't
now
feel...
you know the necessary. Well, and I think when you do this too, like, you love harder. You know that there isn't 50 more years.
Right.
We ain't got 50
I'm
more years.
serious about
yeah,
it. It's
me
like,
too.
What am I doing here? Okay, I got an album. I'm going to go everywhere, and
I'm going
at
to
some
promote
point you
it.
also go, why are you afraid to do stuff?
Everything you ever want is on the other side of fear.
Yeah.
Jump into life,
My wife
man.
has that on my shower
it's
door.
It's the truth.
Yeah, it's like the dream doesn't scare you. It's not worth it.
I'm a life coach, and I tell people
oh man,
all the
this
time,
is great. Help me.
This is great.
Help me. How much
and
time do we have?
I have people all the time. They're like, I'm afraid. I'm like, I'd be afraid of staying where I am. I'm a stone jumper. I don't think about it. I've already been through shit. What's the worst that could happen? I've already seen some shit.
Yeah.
Can't rattle me.
I'm not going to lie. I get up almost every day and just am like, I'm doing so much like with this.
I can only imagine.
And you just kind of go, what am I doing?
Am
I crazy?
I know.
And then you can't help it. It's like, people like it.
I know. I don't even go down that route. They tell you I don't look at the comments.
I don't either. Post and goes kind of thing.
Yes, post and go.
I had to have a conversation with my kids because when I did this in 2010, they were little. And then
there's a lot of haters in this world too. And guess
so far,
what?
I hope
what's
nobody
wrong
does
with
it,
you that you have all day to do?
I've been so lucky. I haven't had those.
That's great.
Yet,
well, you're such a likable guy.
But still, people can just take shots at you just to make you feel badly, and then it does.
It totally does.
But I had to sit down with my kids, and I'm like, they're grown up, and I'm gonna cry. And I told my kids, I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I don't want to embarrass you. I've got songs called "If I Was a Beer." Ding dang darn it. I don't want you to be like, yeah, that's my dad.
Right.
And my son was like, how could I be embarrassed?
How could you? You raise great kids.
Yeah, and I remember saying to my dad once.
It's hard to put yourself out there.
My dad and I were so tight, and my mom said something to me once. I was at dinner with my wife, and she's like, I think your dad's disappointed. Nothing ever hit me harder.
Oh, I can only imagine.
I went right to the hospital. I'm like, Dad, are we good? He's like, how can we not be?
Right.
I was like,
what'd your mom tell you? Right?
Yeah. He was like,
are you having a bad day, Mom?
I'm like, it was really great. I was like,
that's
how
incredible.
awesome is that? But the whole thing of.
How old are your kids now?
Oh, I've got a beautiful 28-year-old daughter. I've got a 24-year-old son. It'll be 20. I never forget his birthday because I was recording my first album on his birthday. Sorry I wasn't there that middle of the week day.
Right.
He gives me trouble every.
Right.
I'm doing a concert on that day this year.
I know. That's the thing. When you're in this business.
Be gone.
Yeah,
he's going to be gone too. And then I've got another son. He's 20. He's our pup.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so,
sounds like a beautiful family.
They're great. I'm super lucky. And my wife has been doing all of this with me. I love you. It's been a long time.
What's your wife's name?
Amy.
Amy, shout out to you, Amy.
She's amazing.
Let me tell you, it's not easy to be in this industry.
She's the picture.
What a beautiful
she's all the,
picture.
Yeah, she does
what
all
a
the
beautiful.
videos with us.
You're gonna come back and do a full podcast with me, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever you want to do.
We're definitely. You're so.
You're a life
cool.
coach. After I leave here, I hope I have a good. Clear path.
Absolutely. Here, if you ever need me,
all right,
you
deal.
just reach
all
out.
Right.
You reach out to me.
Excellent.
I have to tell you, it is.
Here, check this out. So this, sorry, we're just chatting now. This has like the QR code to all the socials and everything.
I
Took
love
a little,
it.
But this is the whole new album that you can just put
On a
into your car.
JPEG?
On a USB. Put it in your car.
This is the smartest thing I've ever seen.
I've got CDs. Oh, and this is really fun.
CDs are
There's
like
another one. This is that little lanyard you wear around here. It also, Put it in your car.
Who does your marketing? They're doing a kick-ass job. Oh my goodness.
It's the only way I can afford it.
I know.
It's me.
I know.
But I
The
love it.
corporate sponsors help with these guys.
I love
are
doing this stuff.
Just the best. Oh my goodness, we have such a beautiful woman out there. I love it.
Squirrel.
Ken, you're rock. I know, squirrel. Okay.